Hello everyone. As if we didn't have enough drama in the skies right now, Mercury is about to turn retrograde. He does this 3 times a year, and this is the first time in 2023, from April 21st until May the 14th. However, this Mercury retrograde is different to almost any other I've seen for a long time. This takes place at the same time exactly Mercury turning retrograde as a solar eclipse. A profound influence will be there on everyone's life. So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below, and if the video is good for you, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Let's begin. Here's the astrology, everybody. One of the most dramatic Mercury retrograde transits I've seen for some time. Mercury was stationary and still during the eclipse a few hours before. Now, 21st of April, he is retrograde. He's turning backwards. He's going in another direction because something around this eclipse or in the weeks before was not right. And actually, for the first time, we could definitely say Mercury retrograde is going to be a good thing for everyone. Now, be clear what I mean by a good thing, everybody. Yes, it will be as always. When Mercury goes retrograde, the markets go crazy, monetary factors don't work, business deals fall apart, communications go completely out of the window, nobody understands what anybody else is saying, and because it's in Aries, everybody gets temperamental, very frustrated and egotistical. But that's just the surface of things. That's not what I mean by how it's going to be good for everyone. And yes, by the way, travel is always difficult. Watch it if you're traveling from this Mercury retrograde date right up until 15th of May. But let's put all that to one side. Why is it so good this time? Because it's happening at eclipse time. Because Mercury has a Paravatanam with Mars. Mercury is in the sign of Mars, dispositor of the eclipse and of Mercury's retrograde transit itself, and Mars is in Gemini, the sign of Mercury. Now you must check the video on my channel, everybody, Solar Lunar Eclipse. The link is below to understand the full context of what is changing, falling apart, and just not working in your life now. The link is below to that. But you see, Mercury turning retrograde just at this moment means that he has a plan. No one has a plan like Mercury. No one can pull things together that have fallen apart better than Mercury. But it's going to be in a completely different way. And this is where Paravatanam is going to help everyone. That's why Mercury retrograde is so good now. He gives everybody a breathing space to reassess the way forward. But believe me, it's not going to be the way you expected forward. That's the thing. Everybody should be patient and not get too frustrated. And there are 2 dates to watch out for, everybody. When the new information comes to you, when the understanding comes that you couldn't have expected, which helps you to turn around and do things differently. When are they? First, at the combustion date. I'll talk about it in a minute. May the 1st, May the 2nd. And secondly, a few days later at the lunar eclipse. It's such a powerful factor. That first week of May is going to be tremendously important for everyone, because the information which you get at the beginning of May will enable you to start a new phase in your life. You have to leave the past behind. You can't do it as you did before. That's the key. And when Mercury eventually gets to his own sign, that is in June 23, there will be no obstacles. Everybody will power ahead in a much more productive way. So all of these seeming frustrations are actually a blessing. Watch out, therefore, for the combustion date, everyone. 1st and 2nd of May, you get the clues you need out of this stalemate situation. When Buddha Mercury meets with Ravi the Sun, it's a very mystical effect. It's said in Shastras that hidden information comes from Ravi to Buddha. And it's individual to everybody. It is so mystical. How will you get the information? It could be anyway. It could be a dream. It could be conversation. It could be a book. It could be on the internet. It could be something which you find accidentally. But some piece of information comes to you that lights up the way forward sometime around this date. How to use the readings. Read from your ascendant sign and your moon sign both. They will give you definite indications of your direction. Please be careful that you have a Vedic sidereal horoscope. Do not use Western tropical chart for these readings. Check at the bottom of my description box to a website, Deva Guru. You can put in your birthday to find your Vedic ascendant sign and moon sign also. Let's go. Aries, you're changing your mind about something big time. It could be about enterprise. It could be about study. It could be about travel. It could be about business, 7th house, or relationships. Something you've wanted to do, planned to do, you're going to turn around and do it completely differently. You're going to surprise everyone by what you do in this Mercury retrograde transit. If you are a business person, you will probably upset business partners and everybody else in your backtracking on your decisions. But in the end, you'll be doing the right thing, so stick to your guns. Now, Mercury is your 3rd lord, but also 6th lord, lord of health, lord of information. When he's aspecting 7th house is consultations, those we consult, medical, business, anybody. Some consultation, some expert opens up to you a new way of doing things. This will be very good for your health. Mercury also rules your 3rd house of quarrel, contention, competition, and your 6th house just as competitive. Legal factors and all sorts of enemies even. You're facing your enemy square on now. Business-wise, relationship-wise, everything. You're coming out fighting, but it won't work. It won't work because it's an eclipse. Something of the past has to go. This will transform relationships. You either have to give up the relationship or start afresh, but something has to be done completely differently. With some conciliation on your part, you can make a whole new beginning in your relationships, including business relationships. For Taurus, Moon and Ascendant, very difficult time when you have so many planets in the 12th house of your chart and eclipses happening here as well. Really means that you have to give yourself space now to just have time alone, to not make any big move now. It's not the right time to start anything. It's the time to have a lot of contemplation and thought about your future. You may have health issues coming up now because Mercury aspects 6th house, of which he is natural lord. But these health issues, once again, are not what they seem. Don't panic. You need to take it calmly, review everything carefully, and a way out definitely comes. And K2 continues transiting in your 6th house, giving you some difficulty, as I say, health-wise, but also difficulty with your pets if you should have them. Mercury retrograde gives a fantastic solution here, but you have to wait for it. Don't take precipitous action. New advice, new help comes to you as he turns direct. Same thing in your work environment, confusion, difficulty, feeling of not being listened to, just feeling out in the cold. It won't last for long. Mercury gives you good insight because of his aspect to Mars, 2nd house. You hear things which are of use to you, but keep your thoughts to yourself. It's a planning and preparation time, definitely. Gemini, Moon and Ascendant, your Lord has gone retrograde. As always, things just unravel in front of you. You find it difficult, but you should be used to it now. And this Mercury retrograde is going to be helpful to you. Mercury retrograde 11th house means that you get a lot of confusion dealing with your network circles and friends. There's a lot of backbiting, tall tales going on, difficulty. Nothing which you say is really understood by anybody during this period. You find yourself biting your lip, wishing you hadn't said things. It's best to try to not communicate too much. People are just not listening, and your ambitions, your hopes are turning around. You are deciding that some of the things you've been hoping for, working towards, are just not the right things anyway. You need to do things differently. Maybe what you wanted to do job-wise isn't the right thing for you now. And this affects children and all creative endeavors. Family matters, children are going through a very difficult phase. You can't control your kids. You can't control the way they are. don't put so much energy into it. Of course, care for your kids, but don't be too forceful about it. Let it be. That's the best way with this eclipse and Mercury retrograde. Students will find it's very, very difficult. K2 continues in the house of learning education. Mercury opposes here, retrograde. You're getting confused about the course, don't know what to do, can't see the future clearly. Have patience, it will certainly unravel. If you're going for job interviews, a lot of confusion, a lot of delays, nothing goes as planned. Probably not a good time for an interview, but the best thing is that you will get the better opening when your Lord goes direct after May the 15th. Cancer Moon, Cancer Ascendant. Mercury is your 12th and your 3rd Lord. He's not a friend to your Lord, the Moon. When he goes retrograde, you get endless hassle, endless confusion. Emotions are riding high in your workplace situation. It's all gone completely out of control. Now, Mercury is your 12th house Lord. Part of this eclipse and going retrograde is making you feel insecure. Like all of these changes are out of your control. They are. But it's a good thing because you will find a creative way forward. Be patient. There'll be major disagreements, confrontations, even worst case with your younger siblings, 3rd house, because Rahu and Mercury rule Virgo and they are together now. Be careful. Don't get yourself involved in arguments. Whatever you do, back off. It will settle in time. K2 continues alone here in your 4th house. It's all about downsizing. It's all about having more peace in your domestic life, but all this contention work-wise is not helping. You will find a very good solution. This Mercury will help you sort out a long-standing domestic situation. Listen to the beginning of the video. Check out the dates I've mentioned. For Leo, Moon and Ascendant, Mercury rules your finances, your income and your gains and what you have, all of your financial security, and he's gone retrograde. Now, this Mercury retrograde rules your 2nd house, as I say, but also Rahu does. So Rahu is now with Mercury. Rahu is your 2nd Lord and your 7th Lord. There's confrontation with your spouse, confrontation with your family, confrontation with everybody, and you're getting on your high horse as you do to try to sort it out. That isn't going to work this time. Listen to the beginning of the video again. There is a much better way forward. And of course, Rahu is with Jupiter. This is going to help you actually, in a way, long term, because Jupiter is a friend to your Lord Sun. But immediately now, in these difficult months of this Jupiter transit, it's hard to get out of this miscommunication web with your partner, as I say, with your family, even with your siblings. It's a very sticky situation for Leos, I would say. Definitely listen to my video already on my channel. Link is below. Jupiter transit Aries, because this gives you the hope for the future and the new way forward. And for students, what can I say? This 9th house is being totaled by the eclipses, by Mercury now retrograde. There is a solution to your dilemma educational wise. It's a big dilemma. You feel like leaving the course. You feel like if it just doesn't work, you just can't do it anymore. You've been given the wrong advice. You just need to find the right advice, and there's a good chance it will eventually come. Don't make any big educational decisions until after June is my best advice to you. For Virgo, Moon and Ascendant, expect the unexpected. When so many planets, grahas, are in your 8th house, it's going to be unexpected. It could be financial shocks, business issues, health issues, change to any long-term health issue. It could be problems with your partner, with the relationship going forward. Why is this? Because Jupiter, 7th house Lord, is involved now in this 8th house as well. Let's unpick it all, Virgo, because your Lord is going retrograde. It's good. Don't be afraid of this Mercury retrograde. You work well with Mercury retrograde. You like time to sit and think. You like time to take it easy and just pick through all of the problems, unpick the knot, don't you? Little by little. You love solving problems. What's special here is you have 2 lords, Mercury and Rahu, and they've got together in the 8th house. This means change is here. Change has to happen. You can't go into the future doing what you've been doing before. Financially, savings-wise, investment-wise, it has to change. Business-wise, it has to change. Relationship finances, it has to change. And definitely health-wise, something is not working or some sudden problem comes up that really makes you take stock. If you are students, it's all happening 12 to the actual house of higher education. Yes, you are doing a lot of work. I mean, you're working really hard now, students, but it doesn't seem to be going well. You just can't settle to your study. Once again, you will do. This is a good transit for study, actually, would you believe? Why? Because you get yourself alone, you get quiet time, and you unravel all the things that you didn't previously understand. This is good. But there is tension around you, like there is everybody. But actually, you will come out of this okay because you are more reserved than most signs. But watch your food intake. You could have sickness with your food intake, or you may eat something that is going to definitely disagree with you, just a minor thing. But watch your diet. Revision of your diet can be very helpful to you now, but get the best advice. Wait until after 15th of May to initiate any new diet regime, definitely. Libra, Moon and Ascendant, it's all rocking in your world again, as they say, but it's not rocking in your direction because you've got K2 first house. Rahu is leading the way in your 7th house. It's everybody else in your world, family, friends, partner. They are having so many concerns, so many issues, and you are just continually responding. There's little time to yourself. There again, this is what Librans like to do. They like to help others, be with others, cooperate, find solutions. But here's the thing. Don't get into any quarrels about the way forward. You hate confrontations, quarrels of all sorts, but people don't want to listen to your solutions right now. Let them be. Don't interfere. Have some caution if you are traveling, because Mercury is 12th house lord, but he's got Parivartanan with Mars, 7th lord, in your 9th house of foreign affairs. You're going to have many dealings with people far from where you live, definitely, but there could be some contention, difficulty. Take it easy, don't get too stressed. If you have health issues and this amount of stress on you, you are very likely to have some no matter what your age now. Jupiter coming out of this 6th house, by the way, check my video on my channel, Jupiter Aries transit, link is below, has long-term potential for you. And this is a moment when you get a brand new consultation, information which helps you forward. Scorpio, Moon and Ascendant, there's a lot of contention in your life, a lot of quarrel, disagreement and hassle, and it's probably driving you a little bit mad at the moment. You're feeling like there is nowhere to hide. The time also for Scorpios to do what they love above all things, research. Research into solutions, scour the internet, read the books, get the information, go into the depth. Don't forget, this is the 8th house, it's the well. You've got to go deep to find the solutions. And you will do. During this Mercury retrograde transit, Mercury likes to be 6th house, by the way. It's his natural house. You will be the one finding solution to your problems, even to other people's problems. You can help other people as well, by the way, by this transit. Get to check beginning of the video. I've talked in some depth about how this new information comes and how to deal with this Mercury retrograde transit. This applies especially to Scorpios. And of course, there's a lot of confrontation, difficulty and movement in your workplace situation. It's all shifting and you just feel like running away. Stay with it. A solution is definitely coming. If you have small animals, pets, they may have sudden, unexpected problems. Once again, take it easy. Don't panic. It will work out fine. You will get the right treatment, the right information to help them. It will all calm down. Financially and business-wise, though, things need to change. Your debts, your expenses, definitely 12th house aspect, and your business dealings and your investments need to change. You will make fantastic changes here. During this Mercury retrograde, you will make some of the best deals you've ever made. Just watch the timing. Once again, the beginning of the video will help you. Sagittarius, Moon and Lagna, all the activity in the 5th house of your chart, and now Mercury, Lord of your 7th and your 10th, going retrograde. Something you've wanted to do, some creative ideal, educational ideal, even some new romantic interest is going to come to an absolute standstill. Don't forget, your Lord Jupiter is going through a Gandanta. It's all perilous. You don't know what to do. Do you go this way, that way? So much is happening, you feel a little bit out of control. You certainly have to wait for other people to cooperate with you during this Mercury retrograde up until May the 15th. You can do nothing without their cooperation. That's the thing. And this includes children. If you have children, definitely Mercury retrograde, they are having issues. They are having problems, and you are getting totally involved, but you can't solve the situation. There may be many run-ins, confrontations with other people as well. Why is this? Because Mars in this Paravartanan is in the 7th house. And this affects relationships, definitely. It's a difficult time dealing with your spouse now as well. You need their cooperation. It's going to come, especially after Mercury goes direct. As I say at the beginning of the video, check it out if you didn't. Be calm. Don't try to push ahead. You don't really see what's needed to be done. Why? Because your Lord is becoming involved in a Guru Chandal yoga. You may make the wrong decision. Take other people with you. Partner, spouse, business partner, close friends. Try to cooperate. Then things become much easier. For Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Ascendant, it's all happening in your 4th house of home, domestic situation, even mother's health, mother's issues. There's some changes going on. You see, you've wanted to make big changes domestically, certainly, and you may even be on the point of moving. But then there's a big delay, even a complete standstill to the whole situation. Now have some caution because Mercury is in a Marikasthana, weakened position in this 4th house. He doesn't like to be here. That's the thing. And Jupiter is now joining Rahu in this house. There could be confusion. There could be even deception. Watch all property dealing carefully. That's the best advice I can give you. Some of you may have had plans to be working from home more. Why? Because K2 continues in your 10th house. In your work situation, you're feeling out on a limb, like you don't belong there anymore, like it's the wrong thing to do. Really, you need to give this a little more time. After June, right move, right decision comes certainly. Forget, beginning of the video, I've talked about this Paravartanan Mercury with Mars in your 6th house of your health, work issues, stresses. Now, Mars is good here. And in Gemini, though, he can give you quarrels with your work colleagues, quarrels with the doctor, even anybody who is seeking to advise you. What you've got to do is you've got to listen to advice, because a very good solution to your health problems comes also if you should have them. And watch out with quick actions. You could even be accident prone during this Mercury retrograde transit. But if you are patient, and Capricorns are always patient, good solutions come to your health issues, to your workplace confusion. It's not going to be as bad as it seems at the beginning. Vedic Moon and Ascendant, talk about getting on your high horse. Well, I don't think anyone is going to be dealing with you easily during this transit because there's so many planets in your 3rd house. Your ego is riding high, and yet you've got to be cautious because some of your plans are going to come to standstill, particularly education-wise. Students, be cautious, especially foreign travel. Any travel is just going to completely have major delays. It's deeper than travel issues. It's about communication, especially with your siblings, especially with your father, teachers, mentors. You're very independent now, doing your own thing. And it's been working fantastic because your Lord is in 3rd house. Rahu, he loves to be there. But suddenly you're coming up against conflict, particularly family members now, because Jupiter is not so much a friend to your Lord Saturn and certainly not Rahu. And he's come into this 3rd house of your chart during this transit. So you're battling on, but getting everybody's back up. You've got to calm down during this Mercury retrograde because a fantastic solution that doesn't involve upsetting anybody is definitely coming because of Mercury's Paravartanan with Mars in your 5th house of creative solutions. Watch out for the dates I've already mentioned beginning of the video, eclipse dates, combustion dates. That's a time when you get this new information, new insight. It's creative, it's innovative. If you are in any way in a creative work line, you're going to be coming ahead of your field, definitely. And this will help students who are having a very difficult time now. Suddenly you find a new way to have your education, but on your terms. It's very interesting. Pisces Moon and Ascendant, you're worrying mightily now about your next step forward because Mercury is not a good planet for you. He rules 7th house of your chart. So when he goes into your 2nd house, your whole security and your whole purpose in life, not just money concerns, is becoming a little bit unstuck. Your food intake has to change. Everybody's. It isn't about weight, it's about health, it's about good diet. Mercury is your 7th lord. When he goes retrograde, health issues come up for you that throw you off course sometimes. When he's in this 2nd house, it's about food, definitely. You're going to revise your diet in a major way. That is something you've never done for some time. It's going to work, but don't start any new diet, any new health regime until Mercury goes direct after 15th of May. And definitely take consultation. Consultants help you sort out this important area of your life. If you are in any business situation, business partner, business associate, or the whole marketplace has gone pretty crazy, don't make big financial business investments now. Whatever you do, you'll be doing the wrong thing. Minimum wait until Mercury goes direct, 15th of May. Most of all, keep yourself calm. If you have relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend, they're going to be doing things you don't like. You're going to be quarreling with them. There's going to be tensions, going to be harsh words said even because Mercury is retrograde in your lord of speech. You've got to watch your speech. Watch yourself with your family members as well. You're feeling a bit stuck because you just seem so dependent on what other people decide to do. This is a good transit for you. It is increasing security, not decreasing it. Remember that Jupiter is in this house now. It's all going to work out to your advantage. By the way, check the video on my channel about Jupiter transit in Aries and how good it's going to be for you. Check out the important videos, eclipses and Jupiter in Aries I've mentioned on this video. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. Goodbye for now and God bless you all.